The official Minecraft launcher is boarded. So today we are going to build a fully functioning Minecraft launcher from scratch. So let's begin. First, create a launch method in the Minecraft launcher class, which needs the version and the username of the player. This is where we write our complete command reconstruction code. So what we have to do is fetch the version JSON in the version directory and parse that JSON to get all the necessary information to launch the game. First, let's get the path of the version directory, which is mcdir versions version. Then we will fetch the version JSON using the version directory path. Now we hit our first problem. How can we get the UUID of the player without seeking into Mojang's websites? And I have a solution to that. We will create a fake UUID based on the name of the player using Java's UUID utility. Then we will fetch the main class from the version JSON. Then we will get the asset index from the version JSON. As we need the index, we will get the string ID from the asset index object. After that, we will create a list of strings to store the command that we built now. The command starts with Java. So let's add Java to our command list. Then I will tell Java to use only 3 GB of RAM because I don't have much. You can add any amount of RAM based on your computer. Then we will add the main class username and the UUID. Then we will add access token as 0. Then we will add version, game directory, asset directory and asset index and set the user type to be Mojang. Then we will make a new process builder and set it to inherit IO. Then we will start the builder. So now let's test. This will not work because we haven't added the class path to the command. So the game never sees the game files. So what we have to do now is to add the class path to the command. So remember that we had created a class path variable in the beginning. We will use that variable to store the class path. So let's add -cp to the command list and also add the class path variable. Now let's initialize the class path variable. Call the method buildClassPath and make it return the class path to the variable. If you haven't watched the video on building this method to build the class path, check out this video. This video assists you how to build a class path method. We have successfully built the launcher, but the series is not yet finished. We will do a lot more in future episodes, so in the next video of this series, we will build the installer that installs the game automatically. If the video is out, you will see it here. If not, subscribe to watch as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.